what I have in front of me right now is 3 books. And these 3 books, one of them is a basic dictionary. You don't need to see the name of the dictionary. It's a basic dictionary. You don't need to see the name. It's a dictionary. This book right here is called How to Find the Law. You need this in your repertoire. Most important, this is called the Black's Law Dictionary. And what happens is when I show Caucasian people this, they be like, oh, you have your black people's dictionary. Well, this is not a black people's dictionary. This is actually wrote by a man by the name of Henry Campbell Black. He was a Caucasian man. This is in every lawyer's office in the United States of America. This is the 5th edition. This is the one that the judges go by. I was fighting a case with these pirates in Louisville, Kentucky. They had nothing on me and stuff. So what they did was they forced me into taking what's like, I was coerced into taking what's called an Alford plea because they didn't want to give up their guard and practice the law for what it's supposed to be. So if you get this and you can learn some things, I'm going to go over some definitions, and for all you people that employees, y'all going to learn what it means to be an employee, an employer, and so on and so on. People are going to be mad to go to work tomorrow when I'm done with this video. A lot of females are going to be pissed off because they are wannabe men, women. A lot of them out there are setting a bad example for the ladies. My mom was a lady. She raised 3 kids on her own, single parent home, and sent all 3 of us to college. My sisters have multiple degrees, but again, they wasn't part of these sororities or fraternities for the guys, so therefore they're not working in their fields. We have to stop playing this game called the Matrix with these people in this country, which is not a country anymore. It's called a corporation. According to the 14th Amendment of this Constitution in this country, which that is in the back of this book as well. So if you have this book, you have what's called the Bill of Rights / the Constitution. We're going to get into all this, but right now I'm going to chew up all the basic people without the fundamentals. As you can see me right now, my hair is not done. I'm going to show you me do my hair while I'm making this video. And the reason why I'm showing this is because you have to be self-efficient. This is a little product I'm using. I put products together to make my own grease and everything. Smells good. A man's supposed to smell good. A lot of people don't realize this. If you're not playing the part, you're playing the fool. This is one of my 57 bottles of cologne. I'm not going to tell you the name of it. I don't want you to walk around smelling like me, but it smells really nice. And nice means ignorant in law. So if you didn't know that, I'm just pointing that out for you too. You ever heard nice guys finish last? Well, change the word nice and say ignorant guys finish last. And that's what a lot of people are. They're nice, or aka ignorant. This is another bottle. This is another bottle. Oh, I showed the label. But you're not going to endorse them unless they give me some money. This is another bottle. This is some trendy stuff. Most basic people have this. We're not going to show the bottle of this neither. The name of it. I'm showing all these things to show you what a man's supposed to have on. A man's supposed to smell like a man, look like a man, and best step like a man. See, a lot of females out there look at guys with some shoes on like this. These are called work boots. This is what a man wears. When he doesn't have these on, he should have on some of these. Or some of these, something that he can wear casual. Now, when you're on your playing stuff and you want to run around with the kids and everything, then you can wear your Jordan, your status shoes, or whatnot you want to call them. Everybody likes Jordan stuff. I particularly don't like him because he doesn't stand for our people the way he's supposed to stand for our people. Back in the 80s, when he came into the NBA, he was going into the projects of Chicago and was passing the shoes out to the poor kids, financially poor, not the mentally poor people that we're talking about today with the poor education. He's passing out to the financially poor people, and the CEOs of Nike came to him and like, you can't give these to these kids down there. Our kids have to pay for it. Then you have people getting killed over these tennis shoes. We have to stop that too, killing over material things. A material thing don't make you nothing. What makes you something is teaching your kids how not to fall into the matrix and so on like that. You can't just think that if you have a pair of nice shoes or a pair of nice pants that somebody is going to look at you a different way. And what's sad about the pants in these men today is these guys are actually walking around with their pants sagging, looking like they got a diaper on or something. And some of them are actually skinny jeans. They have a belt on and all of this stuff. And what my train of thought shows me is these guys walking around with their pants sagging like this, they come from broken homes. I work a job as a man. I go to work every day and stuff. I come home and I got to look at another man's ass crack. The only ass crack I want to see is my ladies. And I don't want nobody to look at my ladies' ass crack as well. So what's happening is these parents today, they don't want to be bothered with their kids whatsoever. So what they're doing is they're picking and choosing how they can get rid of them. And the first thing is they give them a cell phone and say, go play. Then they give them some earbuds. Put this in your ear. I don't want to hear you. Get out of my face. And this is called play parenting. It's in a chapter of my book I've been writing. I haven't put it out yet because the people in the book, their name has not been mentioned. They will think that I'm talking directly about them. I'm not throwing cheap shots at nobody. Basically what I do is I see things and I write it in my book. So I was on house arrest for a year and a half fighting these pirates in this country. And basically I walked away unscathed. I had two really bad charges. The end result was I had to take the Alford plea. There was nothing else I could do and stuff. They didn't want to let up. I lived with a Caucasian family over in Indiana. And when I lived with the Caucasian family, the mom would come in. I'd be in the bathroom. She'd be like, where's that nigger at? And with me having the upbringing and respect from a queen that I grew up with, my mom, I would come out the bathroom and say, hi, darling. And when people come at me with this hatred and stuff, it's called picking and choosing. And a lot of people go to church and they believe in these different religions and everything. I don't care what deity that you believe in and stuff. All of these deities that you believed in, messiahs, whatever you want to call them, these people were peaceful people. So basically, they did not pick and choose. They didn't see color, which we're going to tell you what the definition of color means. It actually means to conceal a lack of reality. People have nationalities. There's nobody running around as crayons. So if you think you're black or you're white, you're definitely an idiot. These are the rules and stuff. If you think you're African American and stuff, you are African American. It's called a conquered American. That's what it means. Africa was conquered by a guy named Scipio Leo Africanus. That's how the name Africa comes about. Leo Africanus. So if you don't know this, you need to get some paper and pencil and start looking up some of this stuff I'm telling you, and you can figure it out for yourself without buying the t-shirt. But I'm gonna get some more made up, and you can buy those as well. Let me think of something. Hold on, let me see here. Oh, let me get started on my hair because I gotta keep myself up and I put my best foot forward. I haven't done my hair in a week. It's killing me not to do my hair like this, but I had to show that men supposed to be self-efficient. So it's really sad to say this and stuff. I've dealt with a bunch of females in my lifetime, and a female will be like, Rod's a whore. He's a male whore and everything. No, the females are no good that I'm dealing with. So that's why I've been with so many females. If you're a man out there and you're trying to date somebody and move on and progress in life with this female as a companion, this is what you need to look for when you step in her house. You need to go in her house. You need to look at, see how she's treating herself, how she lives. If she's not living like a queen, she's getting treated accordingly. When people, females be like, God treat me like shit. No, he's treating you just like what he sees. You don't respect yourself. These females don't even know how to paint their nails no more. They go to the shop and get somebody to do their nails. So half the ladies in the shop doing the nails, they don't even cut the cuticles off. The females look like they need a fill-in. You watch the ones that they wearing sandals. Their toenails is halfway painted and stuff. Look like they've been kicking rocks and everything. The other half, they can't even paint their nails. The paint is on their actual skin on their toes. This is what you're dealing with. Then they be like, why ain't nobody treating me with no respect and everything? It don't look like you respect yourself. Was you a tomboy being raised growing up? Did your mom sit down with you? My sisters had these dolls they had the fake hair and stuff, and they actually sit down and braided their hair and stuff. This is a skill that females don't have today. That's why I'm doing my hair, to show you that I am self-efficient. As you can see the scalp. You can't see the scalp of my hair, but you will when this video is over. I go to work and I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. My mom lived in a really bad, well, it was a bad neighborhood. And the neighborhood she lived in, we moved up from there, but it was a 23-minute walk to the bus stop. I got up at 5:30 in the morning. Sometimes I went to bed at 2:30 in the morning. I got up at 5:30 in the morning, took my shower. Then I took an hour to do my hair, put my cologne on. And the reason why I wear cologne is because a lot of people don't know this. If you running around stinking, you are physically assaulting me. Nobody should have to smell your smell. That's a form of assault. And a lot of people think it's cool to go to work 3 and 4 days, not take showers and everything. You're assaulting people. So I'm pulling this to wool off people or off people's eyes, or rub from under their feet, whatever you want to call it. I'm exposing these things, and I don't care if you like it or not, but it's time to get you varmints together. Now, like I said, it takes me an hour to do my damn hair. I have to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning to be there by 8 o'clock, just so I can show that I respect myself, because I want people to respect me in life. And a lot of people can't see that. They all looking like, why am I getting treated like shit? Well, I watch a lot of females. They be like, this guy beat my ass and all this stuff. Well, look at yourself. He goes to work all day, comes home, and you've done absolutely nothing. He's beating himself up. You up too. It's really messed up. And the first thing somebody says, it's not right for a man to hit a woman. Well, here's the thing with this. A woman is a wannabe man. A lady is a totally different thing. And my mom was a lady. My dad lived with us, and that was it. My mom and dad were married. They had us 3 kids. My dad left when I was about 4 years old, and no other man came in that door the whole 18 years I lived there. So the end result is, I'm not throwing a cheap shot at nobody's that had different daddies coming in the house, walking in and out and stuff. But we as parents and stuff, we gotta set a good example. Now, if I had my son, and I know a lot of guys out there right now that are single dads and they're raising their kids. And I talked to a friend yesterday, and he brought it up, and the same thing I've been telling people and stuff. Basically, when a guy is raising a guy and stuff, it's okay for a guy to have all these multiple females around, because we're showing our sons that these females ain't shit. A lot of them is wannabe men, and the other ones are ladies, and we got to know the difference. So when you're dealing with a wannabe man, this the one that first thing she'll say is, oh, but it's okay for a man to do this. So basically, in her head, she thinks that she's a man. Then you have these females that be like, it's a man's job to take the trash out and stuff like that. And I'll come to the conclusion, like, why won't females want to take the trash out? Because the end result is, as you see, I'm taking care of myself. A lot of people think that this is a female's job to do your hair and stuff. And it's not. What it is showing that I care about myself, and I'm not going to pay some ratchet female to do my hair, or better yet, sit between some ratchet female's legs that possibly ain't took a shower, and I got to smell that. It's really bad and stuff, and a lot of people out there are doing these things and not taking care of themselves. And what you have to do is, you have to be able to do things for yourself, and a lot of guys ain't teaching this to their daughters. So what happens is, this female, her daughter or whatever, they'll mess with a guy, and the guy will laugh at their corny jokes and all this stuff just to get a piece, and that's just what's happening and stuff. And anybody can mess with anybody. All you gotta do is, it's called a 3-date rule. You go out with somebody for 3 dates, and you listen to their corny ass jokes and everything, and you treat them like special and shit, and they're gonna, as long as you don't make no advances at them, these females are gonna throw themselves at you because they think deep down inside something is wrong with them. And then what happens is they become the side chick. And there's a lot of females out there right now that don't mind to be the side chick. They know about the man being married and all this other thing stuff, and they just doing it just because they think they're a man, and that's why they call themselves a woman. You got to know the difference in a lady. If you run into a lady and stuff, and you call her out of her name, she's gonna be disgusted that you called her out of her name, and she's gonna walk away really fast. She's not gonna argue with you about that because there's nothing to talk about. You called her out of her name, she's gonna be disgusted. Now, fortunately, my sisters, I don't know what somebody would title them as. I'll title them as women instead of ladies because some of the guys they've been with. And when I say some of the guys they've been with, it's guys out there that call themselves boys and stuff. That is a derogatory thing towards any brother out there and stuff. So you would never hear none of us calling ourselves that. You hear a Caucasian guy call himself a boy or a cowboy or something like that, but you never hear our people saying that because that's a derogatory thing to say to a man. So if you're out there dating somebody and she's calling you her boyfriend or you calling her your girlfriend, what y'all both are is kids. If I'm dating somebody, it's not my woman. I'm not dating a wannabe man. This is my lady. And if the title's right, the relationship might work a little bit better. And a lot of people don't look at it from that aspect. We have to change our thought processes if we want to do better in life. I have a couple of my assistants here. We're not going to introduce them. They're just going to be 1 and 2 or whatnot. They're going to help me with some definitions and everything. And I'm going to show you in the books so that way that you can actually see that I'm not just making this up as we go along. And as you can tell, I'm doing my hair while I'm making this video to show that I'm self-efficient. And this is the thing about being self-efficient. Anything that you do in life creates value. So I have a lot of value in myself. I basically do hair. I cut hair. I do my own dreads. By the time I was 6 or 7 years old, I knew how to backhand stitch sew. I know how to make cakes and pies from scratch. So my mom knows all these things. And nowadays, people will go on the internet and take pictures of them making cookies with their kids over the Christmas or one of the holidays, these Hallmark holidays and stuff, like Thanksgiving. Which Thanksgiving, I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but Thanksgiving is actually a celebration of us Moors losing our nationality. And this is taught in the school system that when the Pilgrims came here, they was greeted by the Indians or natives. And a lot of people don't know there is no such thing as an Indian unless you're from India. People need to look up, it's a treaty law outweighs constitutional law. You need to look up the Peace and Friendship Treaty and do some research. I'm going to give you some starting points, and people are going to be like, oh, Rod's a racist. You cannot be a racist unless you have power to keep another race of people down. And this is what's happening in this country. It's so many people playing both sides of the fence. I've been studying a lot about the Moorish Science Temple and stuff of that nature and stuff, and it's a lot of brothers out there like me that are really strong, but it's a lot out there that are double agents. They're picking and choosing. They'll tell you yeah, what's up, Moor and everything, as long as you have paid your money. And here's the problem with this. The strength is in the numbers. So if I don't know that I'm an actual Moor too, then, and you don't tell me that black means disgraceful, without hope, soiled, and it's an adjective in a dictionary, then we're doomed. And I say doomed, people don't see this and stuff, and they be like, I never knew that and stuff. Well, a lot of people don't know stuff because the teachers that's teaching them, those are actually the failures in life. See, they always say that those that can't do, teach. But nobody wants to accept that their cousin, brother, or sister, or mama even, is a failure because they was a school teacher. And a lot of people back in the 70s and stuff, they became teachers so they can help our people because we need to have our own people in there teaching the curriculum. But see, what happens is you can't teach the curriculum from the wrong books. And we still taught on the same hatred curriculum. Where my hair ties go? See the hair ties? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little crazy on here on this video and stuff. But this is what it takes to become a man and stuff. You have to take care of yourself. You have to have value and stuff. And I talk to a bunch of females and stuff, and they be like, they think that guys supposed to cater to them and all this stuff. And I heard females saying it's a man's job to do this and it's a man's job to do that and stuff. And they're picking and choosing. And basically, I'm teaching my daughters everything. And this is what should happen. If whether male or female, when you have children and stuff, before they're able to drive, they should be able to change their own oil, change their own tire. These are things that, or especially the tire, because you have a female on the side of the road, broke down and stuff, and she'll wait for help and stuff, and some sadistic man will pull up, and she think he's going to help her, and he hit her with a silly serum shot in her neck, and then she's out raped somewhere. And that's all because the females are picking and choosing and saying it's a man's job to do this. It's a man's job to do that. Just like the trash. A lot of females don't want to take out the trash because they can't figure out how they're going to fit inside the trash can. They're nothing. They're a piece of trash. When people started building their own status up and stuff, people will start treating you better. If I walk in a female's house and the house is clean, I'm like, this is where I want to be. But I tell my nephew, I tell my sons, I say, if you go in a female's house and the house is dirty and stuff, you ask her for something to drink. Hopefully the cup is clean. And when she comes back, your pants better be down. And she going to say, ah. And you going to tell her, that's what I want. Because she's nothing but a piece of ass. I'm sorry if I hurt somebody. No, I ain't sorry. Sorry means I ain't going to do it again. I'm going to do it every single time till I get it through you knuckleheads and head and stuff. And I keep on hearing these females tell me what a real man is. And they don't have no clue what a man is. A real man is, first of all, if a man and another man is having a conversation and the female goes to intervene while two men are talking and stuff, she don't have no respect for him because she's basically belittling him like he can't speak for himself. And a lot of females don't realize that, and they think like, I got a right to say something because we together and stuff. Well, what you just did was you just chopped his whole status down that he's nothing, he can't think for himself. And it's time for people to know these things. It's time for us to know these things and stuff. Now, if somebody looks to you and asks you for your insight or something, that's a different story. But 9 times out of 10, when you ask a man of something, when his chick's around, he's not going to tell you the truth because he don't want to hurt her feelings to where he's not going to get some of her free that night and stuff. That's all she's worth. And I'm pointing this shit out and stuff. I don't care whose feelings I hurt. I aim to hurt people's feelings, and I aim for people to have some kind of something to say to me about it. I come up to Ohio to see my son, and everything could happen to me is a female got mad over a fucking cat that kept getting on my clothes and everything, and I said I'd throw the fucking cat across the room if it'll catch him on my clothes again. And on everything that she could possibly say was, she said to me, of all people, you're not going to live through the night, you're dead. And this is where it gets really good. A female always say a man ain't a man that hits a woman and stuff. Well, like I say, a woman is a wannabe man. So I looked at her in her face. I said, I tell you what. I said, you go find any man that that don't like what I said and stuff. And go get whoever you want, and I beat his ass. And after I'm done beating his ass, I'm gonna bitch slap the fuck out of you. So the end result is, I'm not the one that's going around just putting my hands on these females like they make it out to be and stuff. Again, I told you, it's a difference between a woman and a lady. And a lot of females out there, they want to be men, and it needs to be exposed. Then you have females out there trying to tell what a real man is and stuff. And I'm going to give you some examples of what a real man is. First of all, a real man, he actually, females think a man is a man that works on a fucking job. And a lot of people don't know what the actual work means, job means, and things of this nature as far as the legal terminology of these things. Like an employee and an employer. If you learn these things and stuff, you might not want to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to keep on stressing this because the females is got the misconception of what's going on. And basically what's happening is they're raised by females that are ratchet, and then they tell them what they would like not to have happened to them. So they raising these guys to be like, don't hit this female or whatever and stuff. But it's a whole difference in a lady and a woman. And when I say this, it's these females out there that are wannabe men, women. And the first thing they'll do is they'll talk bad to a man. Tell them they can take it in the butt, put you on the zipper, all these things and stuff. There's no men out there talking to men like this way. They call guys out, they name call them bitches and all that stuff. And they got this new thing called a bish. And I was dating a female a few years ago, and she called me a bitch, and I pulled my hand back to smack the shit out of her ass. And I asked her, I said, did you just call me a bitch? And she said, no, I called you a bitch. I said, don't you ever call me again. I said, I almost smacked the fuck out of you. And the funny thing and sad about this is, anybody that's actually ever been with me and stuff, they know that I treat my lady like a queen. I don't call out her name and stuff because I'm not going to have something representing me that I call out their name. I'm going to make sure that everything she's doing is putting her best foot forward, because if not, she's embarrassing me. So it brings down my value to be next to this troll, lot lizard, or poor white trash, or nigger, whatever you want to call these people that they living like out there. And people got to get this through their head and stuff. And a lot of people out there be like, I don't date outside of my race and all that kind of stuff. Well, race means competition. So if you're in competition with people and stuff, and you're trying to get into this magical place called heaven and stuff, I don't know if you're aware or not, but there's no room for no hatred in there. So you're not getting in there. So when people play this game like I don't date your kind and stuff, well, I got news for you. Your kind ain't going where I'm going. So you keep yourself together and your entourage with you too, because you're not going to make it. And let me get this one done because I gotta show you my technique. When somebody comes to me with that hatred and stuff, I got a little technique for them. And you're gonna love this when you see it and stuff. I'm almost done with this dread. You're gonna love it when you see it and stuff. But if somebody come at you with the hatred and stuff, everybody I come in contact with, the first thing I do is I speak to them. And the reason why I speak to them is because somebody can be having an awful day. And if they have an awful day and stuff, just by me smiling and speaking to them, it might change their day to where they don't go downtown and jump off the 2nd Street Bridge into the Ohio River or something and kill themselves. You might save somebody's life. And when somebody comes to hatred, do like this. Thanks for the boost. Your kind ain't wanted where I'm going. And that'll change a whole lot of concepts of people's thought process. You can't get into heaven with hatred. I don't care how it's been passed to you. You got to understand or overstand what's going on and stuff. And a lot of people are standing by these things that's been passed down by their army ass ancestors and stuff. And what's sad about it is when we talk about the slave trades and stuff like that, what actually happened was it was a bunch of indentured servants that came into this country, and we was already here. And the proof is in Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. It shows it right. He said it. We was exiled in our own land. The problem was he kept calling us black in there, which I didn't like because black has no place in law, and it shows. If you got this Black's Law Dictionary right here, you can look up the Dred Scott case. It's really important. Look up the Dred Scott case, and I will show you a couple of these things in this book. But as you can tell, I'm doing my hair, trying to show people that if you're self-efficient and you take care of yourself, people tend to treat you a little bit different. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people can't see my face because I'm covered up. I'm just going to do the front of it right now and show the results of what happens when you take care of yourself. You alright over there, man? I talk really fast too, so some of y'all might have to rewind it a couple times because you might not get it. A lot of people are trying to pick and choose, but I'm working with the masses, so at least one ship is going to sell when I'm done with this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself. Let me see here. Also, when you wake up in the morning, you got to take a shower, brush your teeth. A lot of people don't realize, I don't know what's gotten into people where they walk around with this nappy hair syndrome where they think it's cool to walk around with this beady ass hair. And basically what happens is these females want this guy to walk around with beady hair. If you walk around looking like you don't take care of yourself, basically no other females will be looking at you and stuff. So they want you to walk around looking like you don't care about yourself. So in the end result, just like I was saying with the guys walking around with their pants sagging, it's a direct indicator you're from a broken home. There's no way in hell a grown man's coming home looking at somebody's ass crack. So people they picking and choosing and stuff, and then you have these females talking about I want a real man and stuff. Well, see, their definition of a real man is one that goes to work like a robot and bring the money home and caters to them. That's not how it works. A real man is actually supposed to be, the American dream is supposed to be an entrepreneur. You're supposed to be trying to start your own business. That's why a lot of guys out there are selling drugs and stuff, because they work for themselves. Then they have no master. They are the adult here. And that's what's most important and stuff. You can't let nobody dictate your life and everything and tell you what to do. And I know people out there be like, who's he is going to try to tell us that we're not living right and everything. And again, like, these females out there don't have a clue what a man is. A man has common ground. A man likes sports, whether playing them or watching them on TV. A man likes knows how to survive out there, whether it be hunting, fishing, know how to survive in nature. It's in any animal kingdom out there. The man does all these things. And most importantly, men are usually good with their hands. They know how to fix things. Somebody might not be the best mechanic, the best plumber, but a real man actually owns tools. If a man don't own no tools, now I had a friend of mine that we was working a construction job together. This guy could frame anything out there and stuff, and we was talking about sports. And my other friend, he said, "What kind of man don't like sports?" And I looked over like, "Yeah, what kind of man don't like sports?" And he said to me, and it was real logical. He said, "The kind of man that wasn't allowed to play sports." He said, "I went out and worked a job." And he learned to work with his hands, and he's really good at it. So you can't look at somebody as they're not a man because they don't watch sports. I had to get that into reality. Some guys out there don't have time for sports. They have to go out there and survive and take care of their families. But the main thing as far as being a man is you have to always be trying to think of how you're going to start your own business. You can't pick and choose to go work for somebody else because you will always be a slave. That's what an employee means. It's synonymous to slave. And we're going to read that out right now. What page is that on?
Page 470.
471?
Yes, sir.
This is in the Black's Law Dictionary, Volume 5. The one that the judges use. So if you're fighting a case, this is what you need. I got it highlighted already. But we're going to have my guy read it out. I don't know if anybody can see it.
A person in the service of another under any contract of hire, employer, or implied, oral or written, where the employee in the material details of how the work is to be performed. Servant is synonymous with employee.
You heard that, servant. Alright, you got that servant wrote down the cue card? I got a few of them over here. We're not going to go over all of them. We're just going to give these people just a few of them so they can have a starting place to start at. See, reading is fundamental. It's for the mental. It's for the mentally inclined, the ones that want to climb up in life. A lot of people don't want to climb because the more you learn and stuff, the more you realize that your people who you look up to as family members did not know nothing. So it's really dangerous learning stuff because what you finally learn is your people are idiots. You didn't want to accept that. Your people are prejudiced. You don't want to accept that, and that's what hurts the most. You can't pick and choose and stuff. Again, like I say, you can't get into heaven with the hatred. I don't care what you believe in and stuff. If you're looking down upon other people and stuff, you're not living a righteous life. And what's crazy about it is it's enough to go around for everybody. They got food every day that's in stores that's being thrown away. You got hungry people out there and stuff. That's not a good thing and stuff. What needs to happen is stuff needs to be cheaper so everybody can afford to eat. Everybody can afford to have housing. I actually lived in a veterans home, and I did not realize that 85% of the homeless population are veterans that fought for this country. But when they come back from fighting for this country, they don't have the right resources to be able to make it in society. So just say you was in Air Force or something, just give an example of one of the branches. You might be working on computers or something, but the computers you're working on, they so high tech that when you come back, you couldn't even work on a regular computer because there's no place for you in this regular society. And a lot of people ain't seen these things, and then you have people out there just painting pictures and pointing fingers saying what the standard is in life of how to make it. And what people are doing is, again, they're picking and choosing to where they're the victim, Cinderella wearing a slipper. Woe is me. How can no matter what you tell them, they're the victim. People will actually agree with you, and then in the same breath they'll be like, well, what about this? And once we came to an agreement and stuff, the argument is over, or discussion. And that's what people don't realize and stuff. A lot of people say you're arguing and stuff. No, it's a thing called a discussion. 3 or more people meeting together is what you call church. And that's what people get tricked in and stuff. They think church is a building and stuff. You go pick up a Bible, and nobody understands what the Bible actually is. A Bible is just the great stories. What people try to do is they try to live their life by these Bibles, Qurans, and all these things, and they try to use it as a map. And they mapping themselves out to lose the game called life. Where's that one at? Oh, missing the thread somewhere. Okay. Yeah, you got to keep yourself up. If you're not keeping yourself up, people will not respect you. And what's happening is I'm so well respected because I keep myself up that when I'm dating a female, she always says she feels like she's walking on eggshells. And the reason being is because they know for a fact they're not putting their best foot forward, and I am. So they don't think they can ever measure up. So then they'll tell other females like Rod runs around beating up women and everything, and they've not seen me hit not one female, but they'll say that in their head. And a lot of these females out there that's getting their ass whooped, they deserve it because they're treating themselves like shit, and they'll tell a guy like my last guy beat my ass and stuff, and you'll ask some stupid questions like, how long was you with him? And they'll say 10 years. Oh, so you like that? So once we get in an argument and you start calling me all outside my name and stuff, the only thing that's gonna get you back onto where you at is give you the familiar, knock you upside your head. And what's sad is no guy should be having to put their hands on the female because then she's walking around with some frameless sunglasses on, blue blockers, eyes dotted, spotted, raccoon. It's not good to look for you for a man to be walking around and the person say, damn, Rob, what happened to your chick and stuff? And you got to tell him, like, I had to punch her in the face. If you had to punch her in the face, you shouldn't be with her. Now, there's some females out there that got some go in them, and you better punch them back because if you don't, you're going to be fighting for your life. I've seen females dog walk guys and stuff. So a lot of people say it's not right to hit a female. If you don't hit this fucking Tasmanian devil back and shit, she's going to run all over you. She's going to run all over you and stuff. Shit. I know people probably like, this is a weird video. This guy got a video out there called Picking and Choosing and stuff. You gotta pick and choose which one you want to watch. You want to watch that guy out there just telling you what to do to make it to where you get catered to, or you want to watch the one that's telling you the real deal and shit and take something in stride and go build something on it. Because if you're not taking the right one, if you follow a fool, you're going to be a following fool. And what's crazy is, in the school system, they teaching us to take the bullies out of the school system. And the reason why they're doing this is because, again, we country that's ran by pirate sissies. So basically, no, they don't want nobody. They don't want nobody to be able to think for themselves. Because if you think for yourself, they're not going to be able to control us. They're not going to be able to control us in Washington D.C. The 54 square miles of Washington D.C. that they call the United States of America. They're not going to be able to control us. And it's deep. You got to have brains, or you're not gonna make it. Again, like I say, if you ain't got nothing up top, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for everything. And speaking of standing, you got people out there just standing for the national anthem and everything and stuff, and they claim not to be prejudiced and everything. Well, people are mad at my people because we don't want to stand because we're being persecuted in our own country and stuff. And my thing is, the way to make this thing change is for the Caucasian people that's not prejudice and everything, they need to sit their ass down like, we're not going to stand up for this because y'all people are getting treated bad. We came over here and stole your country from you and lied to give you this phony slave trade narrative that y'all came on slave trade, which makes no logical sense. You see the drawings, paintings, or whatever, they in bunk beds. So they stack like 5 high. So the one up top is going to be shitting and pissing on the one up under. The female's going to have a menstrual cycle. People gonna be vomit, urine, throwing up from the smell of all this, and then you gotta feed all these people on this 3 to 6 month trip back then with these primitive boats, and it even gets better. The people are in the bottom of the boat, so it means you capsize underwater. So if you go down to the local river or anywhere, even in the summertime, it's gonna be out there in the middle of that ocean. It's gonna be about 40 degrees, if not colder, at nighttime. So I guess we're superheroes. I just don't got a cape on. Nobody's understanding this. But this is what they teaching in the school system, and everybody talk about the problems of racism and everything. They need to take those books out of the school system. Down in Clantucky, that's what they call it down there, Clantucky and stuff. They got all these Confederate statues all over the place and stuff, and they took them down, but they moved them to other areas. So when they moved them to other areas, now they're going to do a new history that these people walk through there as well. So it's promoting more hatred. We have to fix the books. We have to teach the etymology of words, how to read. We have to start it at the basis point. Is it a noun or adjective? It's like black means wicked, soiled, without hope. My favorite is disgraceful. My people are the disgraceful people of this planet. And I know I'm going to piss a bunch of them off, but I don't care. We got people out there playing double agents on both sides of the fence. And nobody liked Barack Obama when he was in office and stuff. And I know why nobody liked him. Because he signed a piece of paper called the DRIP. So he gave all indigenous people their rights back, which means me. They gave all of us our rights back if you call yourself the right thing. But Caucasian America, they looking at it like, we didn't like him. I asked them why they didn't like him and stuff. They can't give an answer. And the only thing I can think of is because they think in their feeble minds that he's a crayon/black. And what's sad about it is stuff, they had what's called Obamacare, free healthcare. They had what's called Obama phone. So for you not to like somebody, why are you taking so much from this person that you don't like? It makes no logical sense, but logic ain't for common fools. Common sense ain't common. I treat everybody like an idiot before they take off running. Tie your shoes. As deep as it gets, people are picking and choosing, and I'm not going to pick and choose. I'll point the finger at you. Yeah, you did it. You're no good, and you're going to deal with it, and I'm not going to deal with you. I did just a little bit of my hair up here, just to show that this is what it takes to get yourself together. I don't know if you can see. This is what it takes to get yourself together. It's no excuse for somebody to walk around looking like they're stinking. Again, if you're going to be an adult, you can't pick and choose at what angle you're going to be the adult. You ready to read some words? Which words you like to read? And I'll look it up in this dictionary. Okay. This young son over here, that's the future. The sons and daughters, that's what's going to make this world shine and everything. But we as parents, what the page is that on? We as parents, we got to give them the right information. 240, page 240. These words right here are in basic law. I'm sorry, these ain't basic dictionary. These are law dictionaries. So when you they have the school dictionaries like the Webster's and Oxford's and stuff like that. Then you have law dictionaries. And fortunately and stuff, with these three books, this one right here, and this one right here, this is a basic dictionary. These three books right here cost less than $30. All three of them online. I would challenge any scholar out there. How much do they cost to be a lawyer? Anybody with a $250,000 education, I would challenge them. Because if you don't have these items, you don't have nothing going on up top to even have a discussion with me. So basically, I would be a clown. Well, I'm going to say this. Would it make me an imbecile to argue with a clown? Yes. Yeah. So I'm not going to argue with these clowns. Come with your weaponry. These are my weapons of mass destruction. I'm going to pull the masses together. You said it was on page 240. I know a lot of people ain't going to watch too far into this because most people ain't got an attention span of net. So they ain't going to make it. Here we go. Yeah, read it loud so they can hear it. Hold on, let me make sure I got it where you see it. I don't think I'm making it up.
An appearance, semblance, or simulacrum as distinguished from which is real. A prima facie or apparent right. Hence, a deceptive appearance. A plausible assumed exterior concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or pretext. See colorable.
Alright, you heard that. So if anybody out there run around playing the color game, basically what that law dictionary is telling you is you conceal a lack of reality. So when somebody comes to me and tell me they're black or white and stuff, I'm treating them accordingly like, oh, you're an idiot. I can run game on you. Come on, let's play. I'm going to gladly throw my ball back to you, and you're going to throw me the ball back with shit on it, and I'm going to have a clean hand still. The other one was colorable. Did you find that cue card? Ah.
Oh, here's colorable.
Okay, here's colorable.
That which is an appearance.
Hold on, let me get it where you can see.
That which is in appearance only and not in reality, what it purports to be, hence counterfeit, having the appearance of truth.
Having the appearance of truth. That's what you're dealing with when you go to law. When you're dealing with the law. So if you go to court, you're dealing with these colorable courts. So everything that's in there is not law. And a lot of us don't understand this. You're dealing with pirates. See if you got the you got race there? What page is it? Race. This is all in Black's Law Dictionary, volume 5.
1132.
This on Black's Law Dictionary, volume 5, page 1132. And see, this was most important. A lot of people on these videos, they're pointing the fingers and stuff, and they're not giving you the resources where they got their stuff. I'm showing you where I got mine from, and I'm showing you how to deal with these pirates. Now, I know they pirates and everything, but I'm forced to go to work and everything and be a slave, which is, that's what they want you to do and stuff, but we have to do it. Until you have the money to buy your own piece of land and go from there. So what page was it?
1132.
Oh, okay, 1132. Oh, this is going to hurt your feelings.
An ethnical stock, a great division of mankind having in common certain distinguishing physical peculiarities, constituting a comprehensive class, appearing to be derived from a distinct primitive source. A tribal or national stock, a division or subdivision of one of the great racial stocks of mankind distinguished by minor peculiarities.
A lot of people can't fathom that in their head, what they were talking about there. If you can't think for yourself, I can't help you. I gave you the definitions. I let one of these suns out there just going to shine in the world read it out to you. So if you can't get it from 1 and 2 and me, I don't know what to tell you. What else we got there?
Stock. The good and wares of a merchant.
Hold on. What page are we on? We got to give them the information.
1269.
Page 1269. This is the word stock. 1269. See, people are doing it the wrong way. A lot of people like me and know me. They probably don't like me because I speak the truth, and everybody's looking at special treatment like how they getting wronged and everything. They always playing the victim and stuff, but you're the victim because you can't read, you have a poor education system, and you're falling a fool, which makes you a fool. Nobody wants to listen to a smart guy, but you can learn a lot from a dummy.
Stock. The goods and wares of a merchant or tradesman kept for sale and traffic. In a larger sense, the capital of a merchant or other person, including his merchandise, money, and credits, or in other words, the entire property employed by a business.
Now,
see inventory.
Oh, it says see inventory. We got inventory wrote down? You can find that.
Inventory.
Okay, what page is it?
740.
Inventory, page 740, Black's Law Dictionary. I gotta highlight it. Okay. It's at the bottom.
A detailed list of articles of property, a list or schedule of property containing a designation or description of each specific article, quantity of goods or materials on hand or in stock. An itemized list of the various articles constituting a collection, estate, stock, in trade, etc., with their estimated or actual values. In law, the term is often applied to such a list made by an executor, administrator, or assignee in bankruptcy.
That's the rest of it on this page.
Goods held for sale or lease or furnished under contracts of service. Also, raw materials, work in process, or materials used or consumed in business.
For business. We are stock in this country. Most people don't know this. Giving y'all a little bit of insight. And for the females out there just think they know what a real man is and stuff, they need to buckle up, they seatbelt, they crash dummies. Men ain't supposed to take care of a woman like they think they are. A woman is a wannabe man. A lady's different. Ladies don't get called hoes. That's just a heads up. So anytime I hear a female calling herself a woman and stuff, I know that she don't respect herself as a lady, and that's why she's going through all these different guys. It's enough of this for today. I went over for almost an hour now. I'm gonna go back and look at it. I don't care what it looks like. I'm gonna post it. I hate to hurt people's feelings, but I don't. That's why I'm posting it. And we're gonna see where we at with this. It's gonna be funny because I don't care. I'm not picking and choosing. Well, it's been real. Signing off. Rod Myth, aka Lou Bay, Facebook.